Hey, this is Tawny. It's been one of those weeks. I started videos and really I sat down and I kind of wrote down a bunch of stuff, just like what would I say? What do I want to share? And my first video was more, I'm appreciative of the people that I have and I'm thankful for what I have, and use social media for the outlet to keep connected with a lot of people. And this one, in a lot of ways, just playing off of that of the venting and to talk to people, like, right, we have our days and we have our moments and all of that, and try not to put too much negativity out there that is unnecessary. But then also we all need someone to talk to and people to kind of support us and get us through things. It's really hard when you have no one. Like, how do you make it through it, and how do you get through it when you have no one to turn to, or no one to either say you're being crazy, calm it down, or no, that's probably the right way to handle it, like, you've got this. I mean, it's just hard. We never know. And when you feel alone, it's a lot harder to get through things. Sometimes you could have a lot of people around you, but if you're not seeking some kind of advice. And I used to be the one that I vented to my friends. I have friends. We all have friends, and right, we're all there for each other, like, to vent to. You can vent to me. I am totally open, set of ears. But I think it became, for me, I stopped feeling good about venting to my friends when I knew they were taking my back. My friends love me and support me, and no matter what I do, in most cases, they're gonna back me up. And they're going to say that person was a jerk, or that person's being an ass, or whatever it is. That person shouldn't have been on the road to cut you off in the first place. Whatever. They've got me back. And so they'll put me in my place too. I've been told, like, okay, you do feel like you're being a little stubborn or difficult, right? Calm down on that. But, you do have friends that do that. But for the most part, right, we want to support each other. We want to help each other get through that in whatever way that it is. But I think I got to a point that I stopped wanting to vent to my friends, and was realizing, well, if you're only hearing what I have to say about someone, and you're never getting to be around for all those good times and stuff, so you're painting this picture of them that is solely fueled by things I have to say. It's not really fair to another person, right? We all stick to things and hold opinions, and me and my sister used to joke that she'd hold a grudge and hate somebody far longer than I did for something they did to me once I told her a story. And we joke, but she really will. So be nice to me. But it's true. When we hear about somebody and all we're hearing is negativity, they're kind of a shitty person. Why do we like them if we're not there to also see the good sides of them? And I mean, people have good sides. Most people do. Otherwise, why are we spending time? Why are we going through those bad times if they don't have good times? So it's a thing. So years ago, I had started going to a counselor, and to me, it was one of the best decisions that I ever made. I really liked her. I actually, originally, I think I went to two other people that I didn't very much care for, and there wasn't a great connection. But then I found this gal, and I really liked her, and I really felt comfortable having an open conversation. She wasn't a friend or a family. I didn't have to sugarcoat anything. I felt like I could very plainly be like, I mean, I know as a brat, but, like, here's why this was, relevant, or why I did this. But then, like, here's what they did. Now, what do I? And, she could give me feedback instead of being my friend and saying, well, he's being an ass. She could put out there for me, well, that's a really crummy situation that you were in, but ultimately you can't change what they're going to do. You can hope that they're going to be different, or you can plead and beg them, but until somebody wants to be different, that's on their own. But what can you do for your own self and take control of your actions, or not put yourself in that situation, or find a better way to respond to them to help them versus, being angry about it in whatever ways that it was. And so I really liked her, and I got better about learning how I react. No, everybody doesn't react the same to what we like. I, unfortunately, am a person that shuts down. And we get in a fight or an argument, and you are treating me in a way that I don't like, Yeah, sometimes I might fight back, like in an argument, like defend myself. But for the most part, I bite my tongue. I breathe as deep as I can, and I let people get out what they need to get out, and I have to walk away because I know that me arguing with you isn't getting me anywhere and it's going to make me upset. So, like it doesn't always help, but what she did was she taught me how to get myself through it. And I think that's what's important in a lot of ways is we just have to figure out what is good for us. Yes, once we get with a partner, we have to cope together and do that, but it got me better about dealing with hard situations and bad things enough that I could be strong through situations to know when to walk away and be done with situations and not put up with things and not put up with behaviors from people or any of that, right? So I got to that point and I didn't continue to see her for that much. It's been years since I have, but over the years I feel like it also I got in a really good habit of not just venting to everybody. And it's only been more recently that I've had a few friends kind of pull it out of me because for years I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm always going to be fine. And if you know me, I am always going to be fine. I will go through it and I can smile through anything and I will be fine. But behind my fine, a lot of times there's so much more to it. And everybody doesn't need to hear it, and everybody doesn't always need to hear all the details, but there is a fine line between what we do need our friends for and what we need to find an avenue to deal with things on our own and not sometimes make it worse, right? Like it fuels your fire when you're continuing to vent people. And I'm just going through it right now. And I feel like every time anybody wants to have a conversation about where I'm at right now, it kind of amps me up a little and I get a little more frustrated that I'm working through it. But having my friends for support is a huge deal, but also understanding that we have to stop talking about it or stop continuing to share the negativity that's around us because then it continues it keeps fueling the fire. We can't get past it if we don't. So let it out, do what we need to, like write it down. Like sometimes I just need a pen and paper and I need to write out whatever I have to say. Or I get in the worst habit of I don't like to talk to somebody if I'm upset. Like I want to text, I want to be able to like put it on my words out and like send them off to you and make sure that you can see what I have to say and also that I'm not interrupted in what I have to say, because when we're going back and forth, you halt me from getting out everything that I might need to say. So if I can just send it, or if I just need to write it down and put that away, whatever it is, it helps me get out. And I've learned that I just need to get out and I can move past it. I'm somebody that if you push it too far, I don't necessarily forgive because I'm really good at guarding my words and I don't say anything that I don't mean. So I will never say anything hurtful or demeaning or rude and then later on regret it and want to take it back because I found strength in myself to just hold those things and they're not worth it. I'm not doing any benefit to myself. I don't feel better after the fact. So there's no use for it. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going there, but forgiving, because people fight that way. People want to fight with negativity, and I grew up in a world that I, heard people, they want to like hurt you with their words and just say the meanest things and bring it out and then apologize and say, I'm sorry, I definitely didn't mean that. But if you didn't mean it, then why were the words so easily rolling off of your tongue? Like you don't understand the harm in the things that you say until you're the person that can't forget those words that were yelled at you in the most anger and in whatever way, because if you didn't feel it, it wouldn't have been in your mind. And if you're just making shit up because you're mad, that's pretty shitty too. I mean, just learning a way to deal with our anger. Venting is healthy in in a certain manner or fashion, or getting it out or dealing with it. Bickering is fine. The fighting and yelling and screaming are things that I can't do. I just can't. Seeing a counselor is a good thing. It's not, there is some negativity on some people, I think, feel so strongly against it. It's somebody that isn't part of your daily world. You don't have to see them other than that appointment that you make, and you walk in that door and you tell them what you have to say, and then you go home. And they're neutral. They're going to give you feedback that isn't because they're friends with Becky and they're going to tell you like to be nicer to Becky, right? They're not there for that. So I think we need to stop feeling so negative about it and go use that as your outlet. Instead of being angry and treating people poorly, find a way to have a better outlet and then deal with things differently. I luckily have amazing friends that will listen to me through anything that I wanted to say to them or need to say. And, sometimes they'll ask me and want to get it out of me to make me feel better. And I just, I try to get better and know when is and when isn't. Talking about things isn't a bad thing either. I mean, there's a difference between bashing, venting, and just venting and frustration and needing to get things off of your chest. Like I said, I'm going through it. There are ups and downs and great things and shitty things and all the things. And at the moment, this is going to be my outlet. I don't need specifics and I don't need details. Like, I don't feel like those are the things I need to portray, but just my life in general. Where I came from, where I've been, where I'm looking to go. I want to say it. And I want to support other people and where they're at. And I want to hear your good stories. And I want to hear your bad stories. And I'm going to tell you he's an ass. But I'm also going to tell you it's you that you control. You can't control other people. Learn how to center yourself and ground yourself in whatever moment it is, and tune out all the bullshit and just get yourself through it, and in a healthy way for yourself. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom, and everything that I do is about my son and for my son. And if I'm angry and I'm in a bad place, I'm no good to him. If I can learn how to get through things and ways, situations in a healthy, better manner, I'm showing him that and I'm teaching him that. If you're single and you're not a parent, or you're a parent with grown children, I mean, like, whatever it is that we're